Hey, hey, let's get some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Spirit, what do we have for the collective? What is the most important messages? Say what you mean. I just heard say what you mean and mean what you say. Okay? This is not a time for us to be passive aggressive. Okay? This is a time to speak up and tell people what we need or tell people what we need to say to them and not just when you keep the peace, there is no peace. Or, when you keep quiet to keep the peace, there is no peace. That's what I want to say. Okay. So you really have to speak up about your wants, your needs, your desires, what you are willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. Um, it says, honest communication begins with you. Take a moment to connect within and ask yourself, in what area of your life are you hiding and denying how you feel? Does your relationship with your partner need revamping? Are there things that are not working? Who are the people in your life that you must be honest with? This is your opportunity to take back your power and share clearly, wisely, and honestly what does and does not work for you. When you feel vulnerable, you can be easily swayed to say what you feel the other person wants to hear in order to keep the peace. The message of this card is that you need to say what you really mean, whether someone else likes it or not. I say things all the time that people may not like, but it's the truth nonetheless. Like, that's something that I had to embody because when I was younger and then when I was married, my my word was nothing. It was like in one ear and out the other. And so I learned how to keep my mouth shut. Well, after my divorce and after all this, all these toxic relationships that I went through, I realized it was because I was always keeping my mouth shut because I didn't want to fight with somebody because I was afraid they were going to leave. I had this fear of abandonment. And well, if I say, speak up at my job, I'm going to get fired. And I usually did. If I speak up in a relationship, they're not going to be my friend anymore, or they're not going to talk to me anymore. If I spoke up in my romantic relationship, then I take a chance of them leaving. So my whole life I was keeping my mouth shut, and it took all these years and then going through my awakening for me to realize, like, yeah, that doesn't help anybody. That definitely doesn't help me in the long run because it means that I'm not being fulfilled. So are you being fulfilled in your relationships? Are you being heard? Is somebody like covering their ears so that, when you're talking, they just, oh, yeah, okay. Or are you one of those people who wait until it's like the teapot boiling over and you blow in order to get your point across, and they're just used to you yelling and screaming, and then you do absolutely nothing? There's no consequences to their actions. So this is a time with, Mercury and Aries for you to, you know, um, now like say what you mean and mean what you say. There is no energies to be passive aggressive. That would be in Pisces. Now we are going to go retrograde from Mercury in Aries on the 14th, is going to retrograde back into Pisces in the next, week or whatever. And, so this again, don't be disillusioned and let somebody, spin this spider web of, crap around you where you're not being heard again, because Mercury goes from Aries, which is like straightforward, this is what I need. Then it goes back into Pisces. So it's not that fiery energy. Now it's water energy. And now you're all up in your emotions and you feel bad because you said what you said what you mean, and now they're making you kind of feel bad, or they're resisting giving you love and attention and emotion. So they're withholding because they're mad at you. And then you cave because, you know what I mean? It could be like a vicious cycle. So that's what I want to say about that. What do we have with the energy oracle for the collective from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors? Yeah, a woman holding a heart. As long as you speak from the heart, that is what's going to be that's what they're going to hear, is when we speak from the heart. When we speak from a place of aggression, it's like people's, they shut down, now they're in defensive mode, and they don't hear any of what's being said, because now they're overthinking of how to protect themselves. Okay, so you need to be very grounded with the woman holding a coin. You need to be very grounded, very practical about your value, about your worth, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles is all about. But you can do that in a very loving and very loving way, but you also have to be very practical also, because if you're not going to get what you need. You're not going to get heard. Okay, and you need to balance these two out, your head and your heart, the reality of the situation and your emotions. Because emotionally, if you're not being fulfilled because you're not being heard, then we've got a really serious problem here anyway, right? Spirit, angels, guides, what does the collective need to hear? Yeah, door to value. That's what I just said. It's a value. It's all about value. It's all about worth. If this is about work, you're doing all this work and it's like, yeah, you love what you're doing, but are you getting paid? You're putting all this love and attention into a relationship, but are they valuing you? Or are they just take, 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 take? Because if givers keep giving because I give from the heart and but a person's not seeing that and they're not seeing your worth, then you're going to have to speak up about it. Okay. What else do we have for the collective? Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. What are the most important messages? What do we have here? Yeah, Magician in the Mirror. This is about manifestation. When you know your worth, then you're going to be, oh, that's so funny. We got the fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra. So this is about communication, and we have that as the overall energy here. Say what you mean. Coming from that throat chakra, coming from the heart, the woman holding the heart. Yes, I love you, but this also doesn't work for me. Yes, I love my job and I love what I do here, but it's not paying the bills. It's not taking care of what I needed to take care of. If it's family, and you're not being valued, you're over there all the time, you're helping them out, they call, you answer, but when you need something, it's crickets, you know? So you hold the power right now, and the power is in your voice. The power is in your voice. For some of you, this is about you starting some type of a business when it comes to, communications. Maybe this is a blog, maybe this is a YouTube channel. You could be, an influencer of some sorts, and the money will just start coming in. And for a lot of you, you will be making money off of your voice. But you're going to have to share from a place of love. You're going to have to share your heart. For some of you, this is about you sharing your story. I just heard grief. Maybe you're helping people through grief, manifesting that pain into something, because okay, look at Mothers Against Drunk Driving, right? For those of you who remember that. They all had this unfortunate circumstance. They lost a child due to a drunk driver, whether they were the drunk drivers or somebody else was driving drunk and, wiped out one of their children. And instead of them going home and getting drunk and, all this stuff and using their circumstances to, escape reality and still blame, instead they rose above that and they used those circumstances in order to help the masses. And they were doing that to communicate. Maybe this is getting a law started, because of something that happened in your family. Like, we've got the Amber Alerts and we've got these laws, that they put into Congress. So it's like turning whatever circumstances around and manifesting something so much bigger, so much like, I don't want to say bigger than what you've went through, but manifesting in accordance to helping other people. They're telling me to read The Magician in the Mirror, number 53. knowing and using your true power. This card represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin and the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together, they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the fortune will clear into brilliant reality. That's what I talked about earlier, is looking at the reality of a situation, you know? And then we have the water here. We also have the Queen of Cups. She's known as the woman holding a heart in this one, but this is the equivalence to the Queen of Cups. Using your creativity. And then what is it? There's your door to value. So I just heard light bulb moment. Okay. And then I just looked up and saw that light around his head. Light, oh my gosh. And then right underneath that, we have that light bulb moment. So it's like you're going to get downloads from your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors on how to get through a certain situation, but it's going to be through communication, communicating what you need to the universe, to your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, communicating to them. The fact that you have Archangel Gabriel here, Archangel Gabriel is here to tell you, like, tell me what you need. Tell us what you need. You have free will. You have free will. So if you don't tell the universe what you need, they can't bring it to you. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, like, I am having a really rough time. Like, show me the way. Show me what I'm feeling lonely. And then the next thing you know, your phone rings and it's a friend of yours saying, hey, you want to go out to coffee? Well, don't slap the gift horse in the mouth because you're feeling sorry for yourself. Say yes, because that's what you asked for. And then they conjured up again, there's that alchemy, and somebody calls you and says, hey, want to go out and get a cup of coffee, or you want to go for a walk in the park? Do you want to come over, make cookies? You want to watch a movie? But then, some people will be like, well, no, it's okay. But really what you wanted to say was yes. So it goes back to saying what you mean. You asked for it, and then you received it, and then you pushed it away. Do you value it? Thank you, spirit. Thank you, spirit, for conjuring up all this energy to bring the right person to me that was going to get me out of my funk. Or if this is about a job, I love my job, but this is the things that I can't do. This is the things that I can't get on board with. And if they fire you, so be it, because you said what you meant. It's like I was bantering back and forth with this lady yesterday on social media about Girl Scout cookies and how they're toxic. And she goes, well, we just sell them because it makes money for our platoon. And I said, yeah, but so you're allowing your child, to be basically a drug dealer, right? With cookies, a poison dealer. And it's okay because it's to raise money for her platoon. So they use these cute little girls. And I'm like, think about that for a second. Raise awareness, stand up and say, hey, like, I can't do this. It's the principle. I know that this is toxic, and I don't want my child thinking that I don't want her growing up to think that this is okay. And therefore I cannot allow her to be a part of these cookie sales. until you guys are willing to take the poison out of them. And one person does it, and it becomes this domino effect. Why? Because you loved your child enough that you were willing to step up and do something about it and say, hey, we can't be a part of this. I know that this is going to suck, but this is a lesson that you need to learn. And if I don't teach you that now, you're going to be out there being a drug dealer in the future, or working for fucking Kellogg's, or all these glyphosate companies, and or these pilots who are out like spraying us in the air, right? And poisoning all of us. They know they're doing it, but because they're getting a paycheck for it, it's okay. We're just going to turn a blind eye when you're guilty by association. So there's so many ways to look at this energy. There's so many ways, find yours and how this resonates with your certain circumstances. If it's a relationship, hey, do you even value what I do here? Why can't you get up and help out once in a while? I'm over here doing the laundry. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And like, it's not for you to bitch about it. Like, stop bitching and talk about it. Communicate. This is what I need. These are my expectations. If we can't get on board with this, well, then I'll just manifest out my ass right on out of this situation. You know what I mean? All right, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What else? What does Archangel Gabriel want to say to the collective? One card. There it is. Say yes. It says just say yes. Well, I'm going to have to get one more card on that. What is this we're saying yes to? All right. The awakening. I did talk about the awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So say yes to the awakening. Awakening to your true power, awakening to your voice. This is a time for us to speak out against tyranny. This is a time for us to speak out against, the things that we know are wrong. This is the time to speak out. If you have been doing all this research on a certain topic, then what's the point in having all of that knowledge and not sharing it with the rest of the collective? A lot of the time, people don't speak up for fear of being judged. I don't give a shit who judges me or comes on here or starts attacking me because of my beliefs. It's none of my business. First, the truth is going to tick you off. The truth is always going to tick you off first. But then it's going to awaken you. Awaken you to your truest potential, and you have to allow that ascension. We ascend to all these higher levels when we are no longer trapped in what society might say or do. We've got a lot of keyboard warriors. And let me tell you something, on social media, half the people that come in to create some type of a chaotic situation or drama is either bots. Most of them aren't even real. They're people who are paid to go in and start an argument, because what happens is they get those clicks. And then some of those people are just keyboard warriors and they just like to stir up shit. That's what the delete block buttons are for. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And for some of you, this is about speaking up. This is about communicating. For some of you, this is about music. Maybe you want to pay a little bit of money to go into dance classes. If it's not dance, it's yoga. If it's not yoga, it's maybe, whatever, it could be anything. You can manifest anything that you put your mind to. All you have to tell the universe is, yes, I am open to receiving. I am open to ... And then all you had to do was communicate it, and the universe goes, okay, you sure about that? And then what do? They do their little piece of magic. There's this alchemy that goes on behind the scenes based off of you change your energy frequency because you are trying to get into alignment with whatever it is that you are telling the universe that you want to experience. I want to experience, more love in my life. I want to experience more friendships. I want to experience more ... So I'm going to leave that there, you guys, subject to interpretation. The numbers 39, 18, 44, 31, and 53 could be of importance, okay? Those could be dates, those could be birth dates, those could be how old you are, those could be favorite numbers, or those could be repeating numbers that you're seeing. So I'm going to leave that there, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to watch for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. In the description box, I put down my new schedule for readings throughout the week so you know when to expect them. And also expect every once in a while a pop-up or a bonus reading. Anyway, I love you all so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. All right, guys, I'll chat with you soon. Bye.